Hey everybody, my name's Chris. Welcome to the channel. What's your scent of the day or scent of the night? Drop your comment down below. So today's video, I'm going to give you my most complimented fragrances of 2024 last year. Please keep in mind, I want to give a disclaimer that just because I recommend these fragrances and I got compliments with them does not mean it's going to happen to you as a person. Everybody's life situation is different. People like to give me compliments when I wear a nice fragrance, and I am presentable when I go out in public majority of the time. And sometimes people just walk up to me and say, hey, you smell really good, what are you wearing? It happens. Grocery stores, going to the mall, running errands, so on and so forth, even at my work as well. What fragrance have you guys got compliments wearing in 2024? Drop your comments down below. It's designer, niche, or indie. I will definitely check them fragrances out as well. Number 8 fragrance from the house of Guerlain. This fragrance here is Heavy Rouge Parfum, a 2024 release. This came out last year. So this fragrance here has notes of bergamot in the top. There's some vanilla. There's rum and patchouli. Love the snap-on cap, and the sprayers are just beast mode, guys. So Heavy Rouge Parfum. So I've worn this one to work a few times, and I work second shift now. And when I was working second shift, this compliment came to me around in the month of November. So it was about a month or so before Christmas. So I wore this fragrance. I did about 4 sprays, and the guy at work, this was probably 3 hours in our shift, and his name was LB, right? So he's a temp, and he's like, hey Chris, listen, I don't want to sound weird, man, but what fragrance wearing? Because I really do like it. He said, I've been smelling it from the time you got in until the last 3 or 4 hours on our shift. I was like, look, this fragrance here is called Heavy Rouge Parfum. He'd never heard of Guerlain fragrances. So basically, I told him, look, I'll make you a sample. Give me like a day or two. You know, I got to find the bottle. I'll make you a sample. Made him a little 3 ml sample of it. He loved it. He was like, dude, he's like, I could pick up the vanilla. He's like, in this fragrance, I definitely smell like a boozy touch of this fragrance as well. And he said, this is awesome. He's like, I literally like something like this, you know, in my collection. He said, I don't like fresh and clean fragrances, but I do like vanilla, slightly boozy touch fragrances, which is cool. So he loved Heavy Rouge Parfum. This is a fragrance that will get you compliments down the road, I feel like. Don't overspray it. 2-3 sprays, you should be fine. It's a very heavy, concentrated fragrance. The opening, you're going to get some citruses and some bergamot. You're definitely going to get some boozy rum in the mid and some nice vanilla and patchouli in the dry down. This is primarily a vanilla-based scent. So if you like vanilla fragrances, you're going to love this one here by Heavy Rouge Parfum. They do have the EDT and the EDP. The Parfum is fantastic, guys. I love this one a lot. And yeah, I was happy to give them a sample of it. And hey, I'm happy I got a compliment out of it. You guys should definitely check out Heavy Rouge Parfum. Number 7 fragrance is from the house of Christian Dior. It's my favorite brand, baby. Dior Sauvage 04. So this fragrance here's got a lot of criticism in the group in Fragcom, aka the haters. So it's always Dior Sauvage, the EDT, the EDP, the Parfum. Only one people really like is the elixir, right? But it's crazy expensive. They make fun of this white juice or milk or cum, whatever you guys want to call it. I'm not going to go that far with the fragrance. It's just a fragrance with juice in it, right? But this fragrance here has notes of lavender, elamine, spices, woody notes, and musk. Love the magnetic cap. Thanksgiving morning, I wore Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé Eau de Parfum, a mouthful. I did like 4 sprays, and then had Thanksgiving. The night started winding down, right? I get a little tired. Thought I had work the next morning, so I took a fresh shower, got my clothes together for work, and then Kelly, my wife, her sister Karen needed some help bringing stuff to the car. I said, sure, I got you. Help you out, no problem. So I changed my clothes. I took a shower before I changed my clothes. And then I sprayed this on, about 4 sprays, right? Then I helped them put stuff in the car. And then she got ready to say goodbye to her and her daughters and stuff like that. And I gave her a hug before I left to say goodbye, be safe, your safe travels. She said, wow, you smell amazing. What are you wearing? And I said, I'm wearing Dior Sauvage 04. And I said, oh, you really like it? She said, yeah. She's like, it's very fresh and very clean. You know, but she says I always smell good, she said. But this one here particularly, she said she really likes the way this one smells. She's like, it wasn't like you're not trying too hard. It's very safe, fresh, and clean type of fragrance. And that's what you want in a fragrance. You don't want to be projecting like a beast, choking people out sometimes. I get it. There's a time and a place for fresh fragrances, beast mode, and subtle fragrances. People don't think about that when they buy a fragrance. They want to do 15 sprays and want everybody to give them compliments. That's not realistic. But I'll save that for another video. But she really did like this one a lot, guys, and I'm very happy she liked it. I thought I would never get compliments wearing this fragrance here, because some people say they couldn't really smell it, but she could smell it. The first 10 to 15 minutes I had it on my skin, she's like, wow, you smell really good, Chris. Then again, I did give her a hug. It wasn't like she was right next to me. I gave her actual hug, and she could smell the fragrance radiating off my skin the first 15 minutes or so. But this is Dior Sauvage Eau Forte. It may not be for everyone, but you definitely should get your nose on it and spray your skin and see if you like it. Some people will love this. Some people will hate it. But it is what it is. Definitely check out Dior Sauvage Eau Forte. Number 6 fragrance is from the house of Steffe Ombre Lucas. This is See My Love. Beautiful bottle presentation, guys. Amazing, right? Sorry for the glare. This fragrance here, right, this was a blind buy for me last year. I really like the beautiful bottle as well. And a lot of their fragrances are kind of sweet. This is one of their first fresh fragrances. Fresh sea salty fragrance. I love this, the beautiful detail of the cap. Snaps into place. You can pick it up by the cap if you want to. Be careful, it might fall. But dude, I love this bottle presentation, right? So let's talk about the notes real quick. Okay, so there's mandarin, like mandarin orange, very fresh citrus. There's some marine notes. There's a sea saltiness to it. Leather, jasmine, amber, patchouli, musk, and benzoin. So this fragrance here, right? Definitely a nice, fresh, sea salty, aquatic fragrance. Now, I do list leather. Leather's in there, but it's very toned down. I know somebody that had tried this fragrance. Shout out to my subscriber, Louisiana Fragrance. He said he really liked it as well, but it wasn't his cup of tea because of that sea salty marine. It's there. So you have to like that type of vibe. If you don't, you're not going to like this fragrance here. It is fresh, but it has that marine touch to it. So you're definitely going to get that salty, aquatic vibe. So I wore this one to work one day, just testing it out for review. And my friend Steve, worked with him for almost maybe a year and a half of my job. And he's like, you always know what, he always say I smell good, right? But I'll tell him what fragrance it is. So this one here, he was like, I can't pinpoint what it is. He's like, I've never smelled it on you before, Chris. So I'm like, yeah, this fragrance is called See My Love, right? He's like, I don't want nothing to do with the love, right? It was just funny. He was just joking around with me. But I told him, no, the fragrance is called See My Love. He's like, okay. He's like, well, what's the fragrance about? And I told him the story about it, showed him the bottle. He's like, wow, that's beautiful. And I told him it's like a sea salty, aquatic type of fragrance. And he's like, well, anyway, you smell awesome. And I like the way you smell. He's like, I've never smelled it on you before. I know you always wear different fragrances, but this one here, he's like, I really like this one a lot. So I'm like, look, I'll see if I can make you a small sample. I'm like, this is a small bottle I have. I don't have a big bottle. Usually if I have a 100 ml bottle, if somebody at work likes a fragrance, I'll make them a decant. But when I have a small bottle, I don't want to just give out samples. I don't really do that just because I don't have a lot of juice. You know what I mean? But if it's a bigger bottle, I have no problem sharing. I have a lot of fragrances. I'm not going to go through all of them in my lifetime on this earth, right? But man, it was cool to get a comment on this one because I didn't know if it was going to be a hit or miss. You know what I mean? You don't know what fragrances like this. One minute the women like it, one minute they don't like it. But yeah, See My Love is an amazing fragrance, guys. If you like sea salty, aquatic, marine fragrances, you will love this fragrance here. But if you're not into that style of fragrances, don't even bother sampling it because you're going to be disappointed because of the note breakdown. The leather is very low down and tame. It's not a heavy, aggressive leather fragrance. So if you're afraid of leather, don't worry about it. You should be perfectly fine. But if you want to be on the safe side, get yourself a sample of See My Love and see if it's worth it or not. Definitely check it out. Number 5 fragrance is from the house of XO Hilo. This is Blue Talisman Eau de Parfum. So shout out to a subscriber, Louisiana Fragrance. He actually put me on this fragrance. I had no idea about it. There was a little bit of talk on YouTube, but not many people. But this fragrance here is, wow, blew me away, right? So it's pear, bergamot, mandarin, ginger. Love that opening. Oh my God. Orange blossom, cedar, musk, and broxin. This fragrance here is a nice fresh. There is some fruitiness coming from the pear. There's mandarin orange, there's ginger. It's a beautiful, fresh fragrance, and it's fruity. Some people might say it leans more on the feminine side. I think this is straight down the middle. A man will wear it as well as a woman. But some guys think it leans feminine. I'm not going to argue with you. Definitely get yourself a sample, spray it on your skin, and see if you like it. This fragrance here is, wow, it blew my mind, guys. So I wore this fragrance to work, right? I figured I'd give it a shot. I was going to wear it a few days to test it out for reviews. Usually I wear my fragrances to work, 3, 4 sprays, whatever. So this one here, I did 5 sprays. I said, look, I do 5 sprays at work. See if it works or not. No big deal. If people like it, great. If they don't, no big deal. So I work with my friend Mike at work. I worked with Mike for almost 2 years, right? Okay, so I did 5 sprays. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 sprays at work. So I got to work. like an hour. Takes about an hour to get to work. So I got to work and we start working that job. And Mike's like, hey, Chris. He's like, hey, can I ask you a question? I'm like, yeah. He said, look, man, I know you always wear fragrances, whatever. He's like, what fragrance you wearing? I'm like, oh, I'm trying this new fragrance, Blue Talisman, Eau de Parfum, for review on YouTube. He knows I have a YouTube channel. He's like, Chris, whatever fragrance is, I want to buy it. He said, I've never smelled anything like that in my life. He's like, and it smells amazing on you. He was like, I don't have any fragrances. I would love to buy something like this to wear it every day. He said, because it seemed like it's a fresh, kind of fruity, easy to wear fragrance. Now, I've worked with Mike for almost 2 years. He has never, ever commented on my fragrances, which is fine. You know, I don't really care if he does or he doesn't. We talk about sports and other stuff. But man, he literally, his eyes lit up like, what are you wearing? I want this fragrance. So I told him the name of it. He said, I'm looking to trying to get it or whatever. I told him, look, if you can't, let me know. I'll make you a small sample. No big deal. When his eyes lit up, I was like, dude, what is this? Is this magic in a bottle? Like, you know, do I want to gatekeep it? But man, it was really nice to get a comment like this because people were hyping this up. Like, is it really that good? And I could smell it. It smelled really good on me. But when somebody stopped me in my track I work with and we're having a conversation about something else and he stops me midway through the conversation and say, hey, Chris, what are you wearing, man? I want to get this. It blew my mind because that's what I mean by fragrances. Just because you wear a fragrance, you think it smells good. People around you might think it smells amazing. And maybe they want to get you a comment, maybe they don't because they're a little bit scared. But this is a fantastic fragrance, guys. Some people may say it's not that great. Definitely get your sample and try it out for yourself. And this is Exo Hilo, and this is Blue Talisman Eau de Parfum. Number 4 fragrance is from the House of Initial. They have a lot of amazing fragrance. This is Narcotic Delight. This is a 2024 release. Oh man, this fragrance here is fire, guys. But you gotta like to know the cherry and cognac, Hedione and tobacco. Oh my god, it's an amazing fragrance, guys. There's some pink pepper and black pepper. There's some patchouli. Oh man, this is a beautiful scent, guys. This fragrance can be addictive. Trust me, I know somebody that loves wearing this fragrance a lot. But I'll leave his name nameless for this video here. Woohoo! It's so addictive. You want to keep smelling it, guys. Check this out. It has that bouginess coming from the cognac, nice bit of cherry. Now, I don't pick up a lost cherry vibe. I know a lot of people like lost cherry. It's not. The cherry's nice. It's subtle. It's not like overly sticky cherry. It could be coin how lost cherry is. Man, this is amazing, guys. You're gonna love this one. You put this on your skin. Some people say it kind of has the same similarity to Side Effect. I get that, but I feel like I like this a little bit more than Side Effect. I did a battle video on both of them. I'll leave it at the end of the card if you want to see that cool video where I battle both the fragrances, tell you the pros and cons with them. But man, this fragrance here is amazing. Here's story time. I wore this one to work. I did about 4 sprays, right? Went to work. So I go to work now. This is when I was on first shift now, and I go to work at 6 a.m. and I don't get done till 4:30. So I sprayed it on about 5 o'clock in the morning. The time I got the compliment was literally around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That was literally 8 hours later wearing this fragrance. So I walked by our loss prevention lady. Her name was Josephine at the time. And she walked by me, always talk. I asked how she doing. She's like, oh, how you doing? We're doing good. She's like, wow, Chris, you smell amazing. What are you wearing? And I told her I'm wearing this fragrance here for now. It's the Initial. It's called Narcotic Delight. And I said, do you like it for yourself or for your man? She's like, I would like to wear that fragrance for myself as a woman. But she said, it does smell really good on you as a man. So take that for what it's worth. Does it lean on the feminine side? I don't think so. I feel like it's straight down the middle. A man could wear it as well as a woman. But she said she would love to wear it for herself as a woman. That's a pretty cool compliment, you know. And she never, ever talks to me about fragrances. Like, she literally want to know what I was wearing. We're having a conversation about the job and stuff like that. She's like, wow, whatever you're wearing smells amazing. And she would like to wear that. And she's never heard of the brand or these notes before in the fragrance. But it's pretty cool, you know what I mean? I didn't think it would get compliments because I wear a lot of fragrances for me. You guys know me. I could care less if I get a compliment or not. It only helps out for the channel for you guys to benefit. If you don't like my fragrance, I really don't care, bro. I don't already spend $200-300 on it. I'm not going to take the fragrance back to the store because I got no compliments. Pfft, that's just stupid. But anyway, this fragrance did work, guys. It is sweet, boozy, sexy, addictive fragrance of Initio. Narcotic Delight is amazing. Definitely check it out. Number 3 fragrance is from the house of Prada. They have a lot of amazing fragrances. This is Prada Lunar Rosa Ocean Le Parfum. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing about this fragrance. I talk about to death, but listen, I really do like this fragrance. You should definitely go to your local Macy's, Sephora, Nordstrom, and spray it on your skin and test it with your nose and see if you like it or you don't. I think it's a really good release for now. So Prada, I know they have the EDT and the EDP. This is the Parfum. They're probably going to make an elixir this year. Probably all gold bottle. You know, I could be wrong, but I doubt I'm wrong, right, guys? So, this fragrance here opens up with lemon. Some websites say lemon, some say bergamot. It's a nice citrus opening. You get some saffron, give it some spices and some lavender leathery vibe. So, the saffron, spices, and leathery vibe in this fragrance here, and you're getting some amber fix and oak. This fragrance here, definitely leaning on a more of a, I would say, a masculine scent, me personally. A woman could probably wear this as well. I think it leans more on a masculine side, but nevertheless, you guys should check this out. So, usually only wear like 2-3 sprays with this. I don't want to choke anybody out. And some people say they can't even smell it. So I said, no, I'm going to do 5 sprays today. So I did 5 sprays, took a hot shower, did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did 5 sprays. I picked up some medicine at the pharmacist. So I went to Rite Aid. They know me, so I say hi to them, whatever. And the girl I talk to all the time, she's always there. She said, hey, Chris, how you doing? I'm like, I'm doing good. She came to pick up your medicine. I said, yeah. She's like, well, before you do, she's like, what fragrance are you wearing? And I'm like, oh, I'm wearing Prada Lunar Rosa Ocean Le Parfum. I'm just testing it out. I'm like, why? What's wrong? Is it too strong? She's like, no, that smells really good on you. And she's like, it smells very fresh on you. She's like, I wish my man would wear fragrances and smell fresh and clean. Doesn't wear any fragrances. And it was just weird to hear that story because some guys just don't wear fragrances. And I'm not trying to make fun of him or any guy that doesn't wear fragrances. If you don't wear fragrance, that's up to you. It's your own personal choice. You know, you have a choice in life. You do what you want. You do what you don't want to do. But she's like, yeah, I would like him to wear something that's fresh and clean. I told her, look, you should definitely check this out by Prada. It is pricey, but if he wants to wear one fragrance all year round, he can definitely pull this off. I don't recommend the summer, but you know what? This guy doesn't wear fragrances, so even if he did wear in the summer, it probably would work for him. I'm not going to sit here and judge. But anyway, she was like, oh, you smell really good, very fresh. She's like, and it seemed very suitable. And she said it wasn't trying too hard. It wasn't choking her out. Because I did 5 sprays just to see if it would project more. But she said she could smell it good enough. I'm happy with that. I've never got a cotton wearing Prada Lunar Rosa Ocean Le Parfum. Never thought I would. I love this scent. I really enjoy wearing it. But this one here, I think you need to do maybe 5 or 6 sprays for it to project a little bit more off your skin. But test it out for yourself, guys, and see if it works. You gotta like saffron. You gotta like the leathery touches to like this here. The opening does have that freshness, but on my skin, eventually that goes away within the first 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. You're getting that spices, and you're getting some leather and some suede vibe. You're getting a little bit of oak, a little bit of boozy touching to dry down. Definitely check out Prada Lunar Rosa, and this is Le Parfum. Number 2 fragrance is from the house of MFK or Mason Francis Kershaw. This is Apom. This is their new 2024 release. So they came out with the Pour Homme version for men and the Pour Femme for women. A couple years ago, they discontinued both of them. Sadly, I never tried either one of them, so I can't sit here and tell you if it smells the same or not. But apparently, the story I've heard is that they used the original of the Pour Homme and the Pour Femme together, and they put this one fragrance together so anybody can wear, whether it's a man or woman. Story that I heard, you can look it up for yourself on the website. I'm not going to go into full detail. It's just a fragrance, right? So this fragrance here has notes: orange blossom, lavender, white musk, and vanilla. So this fragrance here on my skin, ladies and gentlemen, it's very fresh, clean, and soapy. Imagine going to a nice, expensive 5-star hotel, the Ritz, the Carlton. It's just a beautiful scent. To me, it smells like a nice, rich, expensive bar soap that you would smell back in the old days. Very rich, refined, fresh, and clean fragrance that you like smelling a gentleman or a woman. I wore this one to work. I did about 4 sprays. I didn't want to choke people out. 4 sprays is enough, right? So this one I was working second shift. And a guy I worked with for almost 2 years, name is Doug. Great guy. He's an Eagles fan, but I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm a Dallas fan. Let's keep the record straight. But we're good friends. We hang out a lot. And I was helping him with some boxes. Hey, Chris, man. I'm like, what's up? He's like, you the one wearing a fragrance? I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, I like them. I'm like, why you like it? He's like, it's very fresh, clean, and soapy. He's like, that's a gentleman fragrance I would like to wear. He's a lot older than I am, so I respect him. And he's like, yeah, I would wear something like this every day. He's like, I want a gentleman fragrance to wear. I was like, does it smell feminine too? He's like, no. He doesn't pick up any feminine or wearing when you smell it off my skin. But I will say, guys, this does lean more on the feminine side. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's 100% a masculine scent. You need to get your nose on it, spray it on your skin, and see if you think it leans more masculine or feminine. But in reality, I say it's more on the feminine side. But I love the way this one smells. I know another person that subscribed to my channel loves this one a lot. He has a full bottle. And you can't go wrong with this fragrance here. It's fresh, it's clean, and it's soapy. It's a very nice, old school, rich, soapy fragrance. And I love wearing this one, guys. A great signature scent if you want to buy a bunch of fragrances. And longevity, superb. Over 8 hours plus on my skin. A good hour or two of nice projection. And it stays on the skin all day. And these are nice CIs as well. Guys, definitely check out MFK, and this is Apom. Okay, guys, my #1 fragrance that I got a comment of 2024 is from the house of Initio Parfum Privé. This is Oud for Greatness Neo. They have the original Oud for Greatness, which is a masterpiece. I love that one. Then they came out with Oud for Greatness Happiness. It's okay, not my favorite. This one here is very good, guys. So check this out. This one here has notes of bergamot, lavender, saffron, fir, and agarwood. First off, all these beautiful bottle presentations are beautiful for the Oud for Greatness lineup or the whole collection of Initio, right? This one here opens up. You're getting a nice bit of freshness from the bergamot. You're getting a nice bit of this clean / soapy cleanness from the lavender, a very green freshness. You're getting some spices and some leathery touches with the saffron. And you're definitely getting a little bit of woods coming for the fir. And the agarwood, you're definitely getting some oud in as well. This is more of a fresher take on Oud for Greatness in my humble opinion. Now, I'll tell you my comment I got. So, I was with my fiance at the time. We weren't even married yet. And my fiance, Kelly, her mom got sick, so she had to go to the hospital, right? Okay, so I was laying down relaxing, so I had to take a shower, and I put this on real quick. We went to go check her in the hospital. And she's doing okay. She was a little sick or whatever. Not sure what happened. Don't want to get into details, but her sisters came there, and we were just hanging out talking, and her one sister Val was like, Chris, look, whatever you're wearing smells really, really good. She's like, you always smell good, Chris, but that smells really, really fresh. And I'm like, oh, you can smell it? She's like, yeah. So this one here, I really do like it, guys. It's more of a fresher take on Oud for Greatness. Now, I'm not saying it's a freshy, but it's a more of a fresher take on Oud for Greatness where it's pleasant. It's not overbearing. It's not choking people out. Now, the original one will be very overbearing going into a hospital. This one here is has a nice bit of projection, but it's not beast mode. It's very moderate, and people like the way you smell. I like this one a lot, guys. If you want a fresher take on Oud for Greatness, you should definitely check this out here. It's more toned down. It's not aggressive in your face. You can wear this in the spring and summer more than you can wear the original Oud for Greatness, in my opinion. Is it redundant to own both of them? No, because you can wear this in the spring and summer and wear the original, the Beast Mode one in the fall and winter time. If you want just one to wear all year round, pick this up here. Projection on this is very toned down than the original. But guys, this one here is fire. I love wearing this one. I love that clean lavender vibe in the middle of the fragrance here. It's just very clean, soapy like on my skin. But definitely check out Initio, Oud for Greatness. This is Neo. Okay, guys, what are your most commented fragrances of 2024? Designer, niche, or indie, or clones? Drop your comments down below. If you guys made this far in the video, please show your support. If you're new here and watching 5 to 10 videos and haven't subscribed yet, please show your support. It's absolutely free by clicking that red subscribe button down below. Like the video if you like the content. Be safe, everyone. I'll see you in the video very soon. Peace.